Hello citizens of Tokusatsu Central, I'm Jared Rand, and today we aren't going to be necessarily doing a review, but instead we're going to be doing a demonstration. Now last time we reviewed this guy right here, the Evol driver, but this time, considering that it can do a bunch of noises with the full bottles, we're going to be doing a demonstration of all the noises that we can do with the full bottles that I currently own. Now I don't have all the full bottles, so I can't necessarily do a demonstration of all of them, but I'm going to do a demonstration of as many full bottles as I possibly can, so that we can finally move on to the next item. So I'm going to just start off the demonstration right here. Now, there are two things that you can do with the Evol driver that before we didn't show off in the previous review, because it wasn't necessarily a part of the toy that would be needed for that part of the review. There was the trial form noise, and then what we're going to be showing off in this video, the best match noises and the creation noises that you can make with the rider system bottle. But we're going to start off with the best match noises, but just a little thing to show you what it can do. I'm just going to quickly show off how exactly to do the blank noise. Basically, any of the electronic noises in the line. So I'm going to just take the cross dragon and do that right. But just gonna. As you see, it does the standard silver light, and then it's basically nothing. You know, any noise. It basically just makes a standard noise, so we might as well just go right into the best matches. So we might as well just start off with the best match noises. Of course, starting off with the original best match, Rabbit Tank. So basically it'll just say the best match noise name, or best match noise, or fuck. It'll just say the best match's name instead of actually making any specific announcement calls for the best match. So it's just Rabbit Tank here. And then before you heard, instead of it saying best match, it says Evol match. So just gonna take those out, and then I'm gonna move on to Gorilla Diamond. Now, for certain, actual bottles, they will replace the word with the Japanese word for it, for whatever dumbass reason. And then moving on from that, we've got one of my favorites, of course, and I love using this one in the videos, Hot Gatling. This is a problem I've been experiencing with my Evol driver, is that sometimes it won't necessarily work the way that you want it to. Sometimes it'll randomly just stop making noises out of nowhere, which I find to be a little bit of an annoyance, and I think somebody at Bandai should have looked into that. So instead of Taka, you get Hawk. And then, yeah, you heard it. I recommend that you take out the bottles individually as to not confuse the driver. So Nin and Comic. So now comic is called manga. And then moving on from that, I do not have Lion to go with this, so I'm going to just do this as a demonstration for the trial form. So as you heard, you get a really badass guitar riff, which I think is honestly better than the weird music that we got in the build driver. So moving on from that, we have Key Dragon. And then after that, we've got Kaizoku Resha. So instead of Kaizoku, which is, of course, the Japanese word for pirate, we actually get pirate. So, guess that's okay. I still don't understand why they changed up certain words, but whatever. So, there you go, and then the last of the technical best matches for build that I own, Octopus Light, which is my favorite best match. Now we shall move on to a weirder example for the full bottles of this video. We're going to do what in the show is technically Utsumi as a Kamen Rider, also known as Kamen Rider Mad Rogue, which, of course, as you know, involves Bat and Engine. So instead, they recently released the actual full bottle forms, not the lost bottle forms or the gear form, but actual full bottle forms for Bat and Engine. But since they read exactly the same and they have the same pins, I'm just going to use them in here. Yep, that's the henshin noise for Kamen Rider Mad Rogue. You're welcome, I guess? I don't know, it doesn't make much sense for them to leave it out like that. They could have just recorded a completely new noise. That would have sufficed, for whatever reason, but... And then... Crocodile. So that's about it for the best match noises. But there is a little bit extra that you can do with this guy. That's right, the Rider System bottle. Now, with this guy, basically take any full bottle and then put Rider System in this slot over here, and you get what is known as a creation noise. Now, in the show, that's pretty much a finishing attack, but it could also be used to summon that specific best match's weapon. So, just place Rider System in there, and then let's take something like Densha and place it in, and you get Creation. Now all of the noises are going to be the same, so I'm just going to do it on Densha. But yeah, just imagine that with all the other Evol noises in there. So, it's basically all exactly the same. But, with that done with, now we can get into my full final thoughts for the Evol driver. So like I said before, on its own, I really don't think the Evol driver is worth the money. But, as I said again, this isn't for someone who's just looking to get one belt and be done with it. Overall, as a set with a bunch of other full bottles, this set is totally worth it. For at least $80, I'd imagine. But overall, as a set with a bunch of other full bottles, this Evol driver is totally worth the price. With piles upon piles of noises for every single full bottle, and even more noises with the separate Rider full bottles if you buy those. This set clearly shines when you have a gigantic full bottle collection. So on its own, this set isn't worth it. But when you buy a bunch of other full bottles to go along with this, I think this set is definitely worth the price. So thank you guys for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video that much, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you want to ask any questions about the actual toy. You can check out my Instagram, ran.jared, and of course, check out my other YouTube channel, Jared the Collector New. Or, as it's known as now, the Steelbook King. And I will see my fellow citizens of Tokusatsu Central next time when I review the DX Genius Full Bottle.